coming up in the church for not going to church, and that was I couldn't read. When I was young, I couldn't read. I couldn't say the word, because it was coming out of the King James, and I would be stumbling with the words, pronouncing it.
Yeah.
It wasn't the school words I had. It was coming out of the Word of God, and so a lot of the words I couldn't say.
Those new words.
Yeah, the new words. And so I was like, wow, I hope they don't call on me to read.
Yeah. Wow.
Because I'm going to make a mess of the book. And so when I was coming up in the church, I knew when we came to Sunday school, it was going to be some reading going on.
Right.
So that was one of my excuses. No, they're going to ask them to read. Then I also heard, new people that come to church, they say, well, I don't want to stand up because they're going to acknowledge me as a visitor. And I'm going to have to say something. They're not good at words to say, like what was in our lesson today about Moses. He said, I don't know what the words to say. I don't know how to talk well. I'm not elegant with my speech. I can't say what you want me to say. And so God is, giving an example in our lesson today about that. And that's going to be in Exodus chapter 4. And Moses said unto the Lord, I am not eloquent, and neither therefore nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech. I mean, sometimes I got to think about what I'm going to say, and then by the time I say it, it's the wrong thing.
Oh, wow.
It's the wrong thing.
That's good that you would think like that, because a lot of people don't know that they're thinking wrong.
Right,
and then some of them know it, and they don't have a conscience to care about what they said. You've noticed people will say anything to you. That's a cruel mind to say anything to a person without feeling bad that you hurt their feelings. That's something wrong.
That's right.
Something wrong. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right. And then on verse 11, listen what the word telling. It said, and the Lord said unto him, thou hast made man's mouth.
Wow.
He said, I made your mouth.
That's right.
So I'm going to put in what needs to come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Or what maketh the dumb, or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind. He mentioned a lot of things. He took out all the excuses. I can't hear, I can't see, I can't think, I can't. All these excuses. He was wiping us away. Have not I the Lord? He said, I'm the one that created all this here. And then verse says on number 12, now therefore go. The excuses is wiped away. And I will be with thou mouth. I mean, I put in there what you need to say. He said, you just go. You be willing to just go. And a lot of us, we're scared to just make that first step. He said, if I make the first step, God will do the rest of the steps. And then also, in my mind, it clicks back to the steps that was made, the footsteps. We all know the story of the footsteps. It was a well-known written poem that was written. And to break it down to you real quick, it says that it was two sets of footsteps walking. And as he looked back, he noticed that there was only, at certain parts of the step that he was making, the two steps, it went to just two sets of steps, which means there was only one person walking. And that story was written in a phrase where it was saying that when you was going through problems, when you couldn't speak, when you couldn't talk, when you couldn't walk, when you felt you was dumb, he said, I carried you through. That's why you only see the two sets of footsteps. And so this is an example of what it's telling Moses. He said, you just go, and I'll carry you the rest of the way. I'll speak for you, I'll hear for you, I'll see for you, I'll do the rest. Don't you worry about a thing. And then on verse 14, and the anger of the Lord was kindled. I guess he wasn't understanding. Then, after you explained to him, he said, okay, now how can I put this? Because I done went from the dumb, blind, the deaf, and the see, and you still not hearing what I'm telling you, Moses. He said, so his anger was kindled. How many of us have ever had our anger kindled?
No, I have.
Well, you say,
on fire.